Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you how I got into selling on Amazon FBA and how I've turned selling on Amazon from a side income to a full-time income to now way more than a full-time income if I would have went and worked a typical job like what I went to school for with taking business in school. So the way that I got started, we'll just get right into it, is that I was always buying and selling stuff since I was quite young. Since I was in high school, I would buy, say, things like hockey tickets or hockey cards and then resell them on eBay. Or in terms of hockey tickets, then I would sell them on like Craigslist. And that's kind of how I got into the buying and selling. But before all of that, my dad has always been into buying and selling stuff on eBay. So I looked up to that and I was like, well, that's really cool. So maybe one day I can do that kind of thing. So that's what kind of originally got me into the buying and selling stuff. He was making a good side income doing that. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it out. So then that's when I got into, buying. I would buy like boxes of hockey cards and then open up all the packs and then sell the ones that are good and try to make a little bit of money. I never really made too much doing that, but that's how I got the foundation of buying and selling stuff online, to understand and use those principles to take them from, just doing it on eBay as a side income to now Amazon, doing over $5 million in the last 12 months on Amazon.com. So this is, it's crazy because I never would have expected, the side income that I had to turn to something like this. But with a lot of hard work and dedication to the business, then you can get there as well. I started selling Texas Instruments calculators, which are those graphing calculators that everyone needs in high school. And so there's obviously a high demand for them. And so what I would do is I would go onto eBay, and you can still do this today. You can still make money doing this. You can go onto eBay, search for Texas Instruments TI-83 calculator, and you're going to find some used results. So go to the used items. This is what I would do when I first started out. Go to the used ones, find whatever is the best deal, search based on previous sold listings and see what you can get the best deal on, and then purchase those and resell them on Amazon. My business model has changed a lot on Amazon since then. I don't sell anything used anymore, and I don't really recommend it because I basically would suggest only doing new items, but you definitely still can, and you can still make money doing it. But my niche on Amazon now, which originally started as a calculator niche, has now turned into high value product niche. And that's what I focus on. My average product that I sell on Amazon is approximately $300. So the majority of the items that I sell are high value. And that has helped me grow a significant amount of sales in a very short period of time. Because if you're selling like $1,000 item, you only need to sell 1,000 of them to make $1 million in sales. So obviously it's easier said than done, but it definitely can be done. I started with nothing. And the other thing that I've done to get to this point is constantly reinvest my profits. I am always reinvesting my profits, and now I'm able to take a little bit out of the business. But prior to that, I was always just reinvesting my profits. And that is absolutely key in such a capital intensive business like selling on Amazon FBA. Because if you don't reinvest in yourself, if you don't reinvest in your business, then you'll never be able to accumulate enough inventory to make any sort of income. So the key that I got from going from nothing to now 7 figures and halfway to 8 figures in sales in 1 year period is that you have to reinvest your profits and your original revenue to build it so that you can buy more and more inventory. The more inventory you have, the more profit you're going to make when that inventory sells. So absolutely key. And this type of business is not for everyone, because some people will want to get into a business where, they make $10,000 in a month, and then they can take that $10,000 and go buy, I don't know, a car or a boat, or, waste that money rather than, putting that $10,000 back into the business, buying more inventory. And some people will like the kind of business where you get that profit and you never have to put it back into the business. You can just go spend it. Amazon's not like that. Amazon, you need to reinvest the profits. But the thing is, when you get to a point like I'm at now, you can take out, $200,000 out of the business and it's not going to affect you whatsoever. So it's nice to get to a point like this, but getting to this point, I constantly reinvested my profits. So that's absolutely key. And I've said it before and I'll say it again because it is absolutely key. I was making $30 to $50 a day in selling these calculators. So it wasn't much, but it was still a nice little side income to help out. And then I got into other products. And when I got into other products, it was a complete game changer, because I discovered that you can buy items from other retailers like Walmart or Target, for example, and you can buy those items and sell them on Amazon for a profit. So this essentially is the online arbitrage business model. And this is the only model that I use. I don't use wholesale. I don't use private label. I don't really even use retail arbitrage anymore. I used to, but now it just doesn't make sense. I can get everything ordered online right to my house or my warehouse. And that way I don't have to deal with any of that going into stores. And I used to go into stores and fill up shopping carts and everyone looks at you funny, and I'm not into that anymore. It's a lot easier to just order the stuff online. You can basically get the same stuff online that you can in store for most stores. So for me, it's just easier to be able to do it that way rather than having to go into stores. The other thing is, I focused on the online arbitrage business model, and I've grown it and grown it and grown it. And that's why I highly recommend it for any of my viewers or any of the people who have taken my course. Is I recommend the online arbitrage business model because that's the model that I have had success with, and I know many others have had success with, because it's one of the easiest business models to get into selling on Amazon and at least understand how Amazon works. If you don't love the business model, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but some people want to get right into private label. For me, private label is quite risky. To put $5,000 or $10,000 into a product that might never sell, that seems way too risky for me. Whereas if I put in $5,000 or $10,000 to an item that's already well known, that has YouTube videos about it, that has millions of views, people are going to buy it. And even if I break even on that product, I'm at least going to get my money back. Whereas on a private label product, if you buy some sort of widget or gadget that no one knows of and nobody wants, then you could be stuck with like a total write-off and a total loss of that item. So I don't like that business model personally. I've never used it, but it's to each their own. And for me, online arbitrage has always made the most sense. Like I said, I've built it to, I think in the last 12 months, I've done about $5.5 million Canadian, so about 4 million US in sales in the last 12 months. So I've grown the business, the online arbitrage business, to a next level, and I'm going to continue to grow it year over year. I continue to grow every single year. I remember I used to be really excited to get to $1 million in sales. Now, during everything that's going on right now, I almost had $1 million month in sales. So it's insane to see how fast this business model can grow, how fast selling on Amazon can grow. And this is just like a little backstory of how I got started, buying and selling stuff. I've always been doing that. I've always been kind of entrepreneurial minded, and that's how I got into selling on Amazon. And that's how I was successful with it as well, because I took the time to build it up from nothing to now doing almost, halfway to 8 figures in revenue per year. So it's significant. And I hope that even if this video impacts one person to get started in selling on Amazon and change their life so that they don't have to go work a 9-to-5 job, then that would make me feel successful for making this video, right? Because it's important that people understand that private label isn't the only way to get started selling on Amazon, and the online arbitrage business model is a very good business model to get started in. And it's a good way to understand how Amazon works. And it's definitely something that can be scaled, as you can see with my business. If you go to my previous videos, even just a couple years ago, I would be like showing my sales numbers, and I was doing like around $1 million in a year. Now I'm doing almost that in a month during this whole thing that's going on right now around the world. More and more people are shopping online. So that's led to an increase in Amazon traffic and an increase in online sales. So I hope this video helps you to understand where I got started and how you can get started, and possibly start with the online arbitrage business model, because in my opinion, it's the best business model to get started with and to use when selling on Amazon. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more.